Hey, what's going on, people? You know who this is? It's your favorite boy, the Urban Disciple. All five of you in there, just hang tight because we got a nice little stream for you. I don't know. I just don't know. I do have something to drink. I got a few things to say. I wanted to recap on a stream that I seen recently, as in maybe 5 or 6 hours ago. You can read the title, then you know. And if you've seen the stream, then you'll definitely know. But I want you guys to get situated, get comfortable. I know it's Thursday, it's almost the end of the work week. Don't trip. But, you know, I like to bear gifts a little ahead of time. I don't like following the structure too much. So instead of Friday party time, we're going to have Thursday party time. You can put your thoughts out there, of course, as long as they're, you know, not repetitive and there's a point to it, it's going somewhere. I'll read it. Hell, I'll even engage with you. But you already know I don't deal with stupidity. And I like to keep people around just to see how stupid they'll get. And then we put them on blast and we just get rid of them after that. Reading some of these comments, you gotta forgive me. It's always at these ads. I don't know who a lot of these people are. I do know Lefty, what's going on. And I don't know, Meth Pipe Madness. Do you see these titles of these names right here? Do you think that they ever asked themselves, this is really stupid. I'm putting this as a handle. I mean, Transboy 11 was already bad. No. And we have handles like Meth Pipe Madness and Phi crying as I don't even want to. It started looking like a name. So I don't know if that's coded or something. I don't want to say. I don't want to do any doxing with that. So, seems a little quiet in the chat room. Should I just get right to the nitty gritty? I think I will. So, I don't exactly know why I clicked on this stream specifically, but it was probably because the title intrigued me. And it really wasn't that. I planned on kind of skimming through and I heard maybe a statement or two and I said, forget this, man. I am not listening to any of this lying nonsense. But then I skimmed back a little bit and I heard a semi-familiar voice, the voice of Rex Frederick, the voice of Rex, if you know who that is. If you're in this community, if you're on this channel, you probably know who it is. It's this guy who couldn't help himself but to grab on some teen girls and manipulate them. We had people saying it was a setup. He was set up by the feds. It's like the Illuminati was after him because his dad in a club. He's like a rich guy. I could see it happen. There was people like that. There was also people that rode his behind into the ground. And one of those people that was kind of not cheering him on, but he's like, well, it was 20 years ago, so why does it matter? Was one Aaron Cox. Aaron Cox that had this stream. I don't know if it was yesterday. I just happened to click. I think it was yesterday, but I just happened to click it, skim through it. I wasn't really happy with what I was hearing. This guy's lying about this again. This is all he does about this situation. So I'm not going to listen to it. So I skimmed a little bit behind and I heard a semi familiar voice. And I was putting two and two together because I heard some other voices in the background I wasn't too familiar with. Then one pops up, and then one's a judge, and then one's a DA, I guess, fighting for the people or something. I said, oh, this is some court stuff with Rex. And since I'm always accused of not calling this guy out, we're going to take some time out to do that today. Doesn't that sound like a lot of fun? Rex won't be here for this. I don't think he knows who the Urban Disciple is, but he should, because I've been using his image quite a bit. It's funny how people forget all of that when I have questions for one of the main supporters that comes from Rex's mouth. And if he's willing to go to court, he's willing to put that on the record. I don't think he's lying about what he's saying. He said that Aaron Cox was his main supporter. It was not Flathead Corruption Watch or whatever. It wasn't him, Aaron. It was you. He said it. It wasn't me. Don't blame me for wanting to believe him. You did get him some dog food, but a lot of this stream, it seems that you're kind of diametrically opposed. I mean, just the polar opposite of what you was doing a few years back. But what I'm going to say, we're going to be positive today. Maybe you've seen the light. Maybe you know that he really fooled you. He was also trying to fool the courts. I heard so much BS, and what I heard basically was a Charles Manson disposition. I was thinking of this myself. I was thinking, man, this guy is probably watching too much of that weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Why does he seem like he's trying to be some intelligent guy? This guy is trailer trash for sure. He's out there hooking up with teenagers. I don't know if he's doing this day, but nobody knows if he is. So if he's got a past to this, and it happened multiple times, the facts are that it's bound to happen again, or he probably can't control. So, hi, Urban Disciple, long time. Cheers and blessings. Alexander, the Ganja Shaman, 448. I remember you. He's like a brother from another country. You know what I'm saying? He's like one of those guys. Yeah. Lighters up and ganja to the lungs and all that. Well, I can't do it right now because I don't want to go out there and hit that. I'm pretty good in terms of marijuana levels, doing well. But let's get back to the topic at hand. Let's get back to this stream that I heard. I say what I got to say about Cox, and he's gonna sit there and take it. He would need to mention me that I got a chat room full of some wannabe predator catchers. Now, I never claimed to be a predator catcher. You could have did that stream and could have just left me out. That whole stream would have been great. But I mean, for everybody else, probably great. For me, you mentioned the Urban Disciple, and I'm like, why? There's not even a reason to do that. That's okay though. Because this stream's not about you. You know, there's others that go, well, this guy never calls out the Rex dude. He'll be calling out Cox all day. Well, I've made a lot of videos about this Rex guy. I don't know where you've been, but if you need me to re-upload those from about 3 years ago, I will do it. Okay. And plus, I've done it. And if you missed it, I'm such a nice guy. I'll just put it out again. But I was listening, and Rex finally went through with what he wanted to get accomplished. Too bad Rex is a failure, though, and he couldn't get it accomplished. That was one of the reasons I said, I'm going to listen to this whole thing because I'm intrigued. I'm curious on what the course would say with this lunacy he's setting up, trying to get off the registry. Dude, you can't get off the registry. You're a certified chobo, is what you are. And that's what you're going to stay. To the record books, you should have kept your little greasy hands to yourself in dealing with teenagers, meeting them at hot dog stands and seducing them from that point. I know you told a story that you met in a club. She was rubbing all up on your ding dong or whatnot. I don't know what was going on, but those stories don't even match up. That's failure one. Failure two, he brings this to the courts. He's got Aaron believing that he's appealing a case. And Aaron even said it in this stream. He's like, well, it come to find out he was trying to get off the registry. Aaron, you're a liar. You knew that from the very beginning. You knew that in 2020. He said it on your stream. His main goal was to get off of the registry. And you're saying, no, he he just mentioned that and it just kind of came out. Or that you're just misleading people. Everybody could go look at that stream and know that you said that. But anyways, he's trying to get off the registry. He's got a court case. I'm thinking to myself, there is nothing is going to happen with this crap. Absolutely nothing. He's on the registry forever. I don't even know how he got on the docket list. Does anybody know how he got on the docket list to even have this case heard in front of a judge? Does anybody know? They were basically laughing at things. This Aaron dude, I think sometimes he is thinking too much into things, too much into stuff, like for real, for real. Just because they couldn't find certain documents on time, it's got to be some kind of setup, right? Oh, look, they've sealed records and things like that, and because the death of the victim, what does that have to do with the case, though? The death of the victim. I don't think that's even in the case. Don't they sticking to the facts of the law and what he's trying to appeal or whatever he's doing? I don't even know what does he know what he's doing? You can't appeal something like that. You already pled guilty to it. And since you pled guilty to it, you pleading guilty to a lifetime on the sexual registry, registered as a kitty diddler. And you signed up for it and you knew it was coming. And you sit there and then you go, well, I can't get a job. I need to get off the registry. One of the main things because it's hindering his ability to make money. We know this, Rex. This is what you're doing. Hope all is well there. My channel was banned for almost 40. Oh, wow. Well, good to be back. I didn't know where you went. I thought you may have just lost interest in the channel. I mean, I don't really see why many people would be around, except for people that know what I'm talking about, especially with this case here. I listened to a bunch of mumbo jumbo from this trailer trash. He's just up there trying to sound smart like Charles Manson. Bro, please. I've seen enough of these parole hearings from Charles Manson getting clips for videos and things like that to know that you're just a copycat, just copying word for word. I'm like, dog, does this guy even have a brain up there? He was getting prepared for this court case. Even Rex knew it wasn't going anywhere. Please. You should have spared the courts this nonsense, dude. That was a bunch of nonsense. But let's get back to it. This Aaron acts like, oh, he was trying to appeal a case from 20 years ago. And he gets up here and he acts like he knows the law. He doesn't even know that simple, fundamental aspect that you can't appeal a guilty plea. You can't do it. Now, if you pled not guilty and you lost, then you can do appeals. But if you went, oh, I did it, how are you appealing that? Oh, no, I'm taking it back. I didn't do it. What? Now this guy's double-minded and not credible. What are we doing with him? So he's petitioned the courts, Rex. I want to get off the registry. It's too hard out here. I'm losing everything, my house. I can't make any money because they don't want to hire some chumma. Well, you should have thought of that before you touched that chick between her legs, with your two fingers because you couldn't get it up. Guys, it was from her being too dry, right? I highly doubt that. Well, then again, looking at you, I'm wondering. I'm believing that she was dry, wasn't she? I mean, maybe you've been attracted to her or attractive to her back then, but who am I to say? But this guy goes on, he's pleading. The courts, this chick can't find certain records. I'm like, well, look at this case. This shit is, excuse me, but this is not going anywhere. For real. He's gonna be lost in transition. It's not going anywhere. And it was just so satisfying to hear that at the end. I mean, come on now. So as I'm listening to this judge, I'm listening to this. I don't know who this was, like a DA or something. I'm listening to them speak. I'm listening to this Rex sound like a freaking serial killer or something like a. It's just wow. And Aaron is just acting so ignorant to this. He doesn't even know what he's talking about through half of that stuff. He's just saying things This mouse guy was talking about, oh yeah, people were hired by they were paid in the county to harass me, just like you know what Aaron said in this one. He was on some definite YouTube psychosis, and dude, no one is paying to go harass you for a case that you pled guilty to. Who's doing that? You have nothing, and you had nothing going in. Who's funding these people? Oh, the county's funding these people to go harass you. That is a bunch of BS, and you know it. A bunch of it. How you sit there and tell this, the judge, and no, hold on, but this Aaron guy was like, you see, right there. And he seemed to be siding with this mouse guy again. And then I don't even know if he watched it beforehand. Probably didn't. It didn't seem like he did. But yeah, this judge, like I was asking before he played this, man, you need evidence of that. You can't just be saying stuff like that. So let me rewind it. Maybe I missed something. No. Aaron, bro, you should have just not did. You should have did it over. You should have done. You should have listened to what you did, picked out your flaws, and done it over. Because that's good information. I give you that. That was a great stream. To listen as this guy is. This is the mental illness that's going on in the world, that especially in America, Southern America, where this guy's probably from. Well, he's from Colorado, Rocky Mountains and stuff. These are guys that they plead guilty to crimes against children, and then they want to get off the registry because life is too hard for them. Damn. What a piece of work this Rex was. This is stream worthy times 10. Anyone in this community that we have going on, whether you like me or not, should get a slice of this Rex right here. This guy was just, and Aaron just was making this thing like some big, huge deal. Like, oh man, if he wins, like, do you even know what's going on? No, you don't. You thought you could appeal a guilty plea in the courts 20 years later. So you're already lost there. And you just act like you know what you're talking about. You don't even have a clue, bro, about it. Not even that simple thing. So I don't even know what to say. But it was funny how you seem to be defending them on certain parts, especially when it came to that police corruption stuff and they couldn't find the case. Yeah, the case is so dumb. I'm sure they would lose documents to it. That's the dumbest case. This guy was not even eligible to be off of the registry. Rex should have known better. If he was going to try to get off the registry, he has to do the things that the court appointed him to do, like take classes and crap like that. If he intended on doing that, now he just failing to show up, doing his own thing, then just shows up at the courthouse. Hey, now let me off this shit. That's how his attitude was. And he thought he was going to win something with that. No, not at all, bro. I'm dragging you tonight, Urban. Oh, cool. Another boring. This ain't no boring stream. This ain't no Nunya. Who is this? I want to see who you are. I gotta go into YouTube. I have to do that anyway. Anyways, I think you should. I think Rex has been taught a lesson. And how you expect to get off the registry if you're not even complying with the court orders? You're supposed to be doing this. You're supposed to be doing that, and you're not doing it. And you expect to be off the registry. You went and not complied, and they had a problem with you because you were giving alcohol to a minor, and you're a danger to society, dude. You know, I mean, if the minor is like 20, about to be 21, I've done that before. I know it sounds illegal. It is illegal, but you pay me top dollar for that. Yeah. Now I'm cool with that. But you have a track record of wanting to start families with 10-year-olds, serving minors alcohol. What are you doing with your life? And then he barges into the courthouse like, hey, let me off the registry. Yeah, I know I pled guilty. I don't want to do this anymore. It's not that easy, son. Well, obviously you figured that part out all by yourself. The best part is we all got to watch it or listen to it. And you sounded just like some guy, some narcissistic little psychopath. Man, this guy sounds like he would, given the opportunity, he'd rape another 15-year-old. I bet he would. Wow. Rex, don't you guys say that I never called this guy. I've been calling this guy out for a long time. Just because I don't do it every day doesn't mean I haven't done it.
Cucks was supporting keeping Rex off the registry.
Yeah, I know. And what's up, by the way, Scott? I know that was one of the things I was starting to lose my top with this guy listening to him. Like, listen how this guy's lying. In the first stream, when I had that Schnitzel and Blowman's little stupid video, in that stream that most of the video is, was saying that there. He went on like a freaking, let me tell you what's going on. He went step by step. And Aaron didn't hear that. Aaron heard that. Aaron was ready to help this guy with that case to get him off the registry. He denies it now, but he's just looking at it. Yeah, look how dumb this rodent is. But the people who know and people who are watching that, they're like, just be quiet, okay? Yeah, you did good. You got the Rex stuff. You're putting him on blast now. But at that time, you weren't doing that stuff. And he's so convinced, yeah, I went in on him. And what do you guys do wrong? You didn't do anything, dude. I'm sure you didn't even pay to have that stuff, that court stuff obtained. Did he give it to you? Did Rex give it to you? Probably. Yeah, I got the goods, guys. Ben had the goods. We don't know what's going on with you. Yeah. What's up, Julie? By the way. And, oh, yeah, I was going to say, why did he say female victims? I don't know why he's defending that victim so much. Yeah, the poor victim that got killed. They're hiding the papers from that. And this guy is sounding like a conspirator at this point. Like they have the records on deck. Yeah, she's dead too. That has nothing to do with the case and what he's talking about. I don't even know if they knew she was deceased. Yeah, you YouTube detectives know that because you're just looking at every aspect of this guy's life. I don't really care, man. But I do care about lying. Oh, they got people from the county and paid them to harass me. He's just saying it like it just happened. No, he made that delusion up. And the courts is like, bro, you need proof of that. This ain't YouTube. And I was just seeing the correlation. YouTube really screwed him up. He's talking like he's on YouTube, just talking to people how he wants to. He's in the courthouse talking to these people like this, like he's some master manipulator. Nah, you couldn't even manipulate that chick to be quiet. So you should just shut up. You shouldn't even went to the course. You were an embarrassment, man. All right. I'm done with you. All right. You're making videos on you talking about you buried yourself with that silly little case that you did. And Aaron, little does he want to admit, he was all the way cheering him on. He was. He even said it in the stream, defended this guy months after that stream about this stuff. Even told me some of these things. Okay. Let's just start fresh. Maybe he's just seen the light now. Maybe he wants to be against him. But he knew all that stuff then. And he said, no, it's a setup. Yeah, they can't find some of the papers. Isn't that interesting? Nah, because that is a stupid, ridiculous case that people lost papers. Yeah, I mean, hiding the fact, oh, that they have a deceased victim, and what? How is that important to the case where he raped a teenager? That's important to y'all's YouTube case. That has nothing to do with the case. They only bring the facts of the case and what he's talking about. Nothing after the fact. He really shouldn't have anything after the fact. He pled guilty. He did his time, and it's time for him to move on and accept the fact that he's going to be on that registry until the day he has a heart attack. Greasy arteries with cheese stuck to the inside walls. That's what he's going to have.
He claimed the police killed the victim to cover the cover up.
Well, we're talking about Aaron here. I mean, I listened as he just flip flopped that whole stream. I couldn't even listen to him half of that. I'm like, Aaron, come on. He's like, oh, look at him. They lost the papers. It's because of, and then, at the same time, he's trashing the mouse guy because he sounds like an imbecile. Because he is an imbecile. There's no way you're going to waltz in there and just start taking control. Yeah, you're going to let me off the registry. I don't want to play this anymore. Well, it didn't happen, Miles, Rex. And it's not people screwed your case up because they came up to you with a camera in some convenience store. It was you that screwed you over because you touched that team. And now you'll forever, even in the courts, isn't that embarrassing? To have a charge and a conviction because you pled of raping a teenager. Raping a teenager. And he's got multiple of these to my knowledge. I think he was appealing one, is that even an appeal? I don't even know what that is. The courts didn't even know what it is. They're like, why are you even here? You don't have any grounds for this. We're not here to talk about the constitutionality of the whole thing. You're just going off on these tangents. What a guy. What a guy. You think he'd be humble going to that courthouse? Like, hey, listen, guys, it was a long time ago. I did some of my classes, or at least I tried. Nah, he's more like, this stuff is ruining my life. I can't be this anymore. I can't be on the registry. I can't get a job. What a wow.
Why didn't you listen to where it was being streamed?
I was probably sleeping. I don't know. I can't be on here 24/7. If I could, I still wouldn't. I'll watch it when I want to.
Urban, it's been years since Cox had a woman rub his. Whatever, man. That's not my issue. If Cox has been with women or men or whatever, my issue is it's always been the same thing. He acts like, oh yeah, it kind of came out that he was going to be doing this case for, he's doing his dumb thing because he knows he's telling a bunch of BS for his court stuff, trying to get off the registry. Yeah, Aaron, you knew about that. You knew about that in March 2020 on that stream. Or was it February? It was March 2020. He said it in the stream. He laid it out. And it wasn't people talking over him. It was him doing a monologue about this topic. And you sat there and you agreed with them. What is 20 years ago? Why does it matter so much to you people? And all this stuff. And now you've never said, yeah, I was fooled. Yeah, I changed my mind. No, it's a lark. And I went in on him. Yeah, he's already convicted, already on the registry, but you went in on him. For what? For what? You didn't do anything legally to him. He did it to himself. You didn't even leak the stuff out. You were a watcher that saw some things and you decided to go with the pred. That's what you did. So, I mean, that's all. There's no like, well, yeah, you have the story wrong. That's not true. That's what you did there. I'm happy for you now because you're calling them out, but there was little things that bothered me you when the mouse guy was talking about, oh, well, the county hired some people to harass me. And then it seems like, oh, here it is, guys, the cop stuff. And that judge just shut that down real quick. Well, where's your evidence of any of this? And he gives a layout of, they said it themselves, it came out of their own mouths. And it's in video something, V8 or something, I forgot. And that judge already seen that. He wasn't playing with this mouse guy. He didn't see it, okay? Because he has to review all the evidence, all his exhibits, right? Beforehand. He already was prepared. And then when that judge shut him the F down, you know what Aaron did? Congratulated the judge. Like, this flip-flopping mother. You know what I mean? Aaron, that was funny though.
Very funny. Who is this? No, that right. So, guys, got any questions, comments? I'm almost done with this stream anyway. You're gonna have to listen to Urban Disciple talk about this again for the day, but I will be bringing it up periodically. Let you know Aaron and his delusions. Oh my God, the mouse guy is gonna win the case, and it's gonna have a floodgate of people. Man, this guy wasn't even prepared for that case. He didn't even know his up from his down in there. He's supposed to go into court and play ball. This guy called more timeouts than anything. He's someone not to be looked up to or even listened to. You could tell he's some master manipulator giving alcohol to minors. What are you doing? What are you doing? And to people out there say, I don't call them out. When you listen to this, you record this one like all the rest of them you have, and you replay it. Whenever you feel like Urban Disciple didn't go at the mouse guy. Yeah, he did. He dedicated a whole stream to him today. So if anybody's got any questions, comments, concerns, it's the time to say them now. You can say them later, but you probably won't get a nice, potent, good response later. This is one fizzled out. I never cared about this mouse guy, but have the nerve to go to court and act like you're the man and you're going to get off of this thing. And he probably in his head thought he was going to. He thought he was going to get off. I'm going to tell these people what I'm thinking. I'm going to give statues and things like that. Meanwhile, he's failing all over the place. Good job. You helped out. And he definitely closed the floodgates. This guy was not prepared for anything like that. Aaron, you make it like, oh, well, this is going to open up more cases. We don't know how deep this goes. I don't know what kind of drugs you're on, but this trailer trash, his case ain't worth jack. You've been tacking on all these other facts that are not facts. You just sound like Miles. Oh, and this happened. And then judge asks for the proof. He gives proof. He goes, no, I didn't see any proof. They're just yapping on like this happened. But he'll say anything to get off the registry. That's the first thought I had. And I was like, okay, but I'll still give it a chance. I'll listen to him. Wow. But we got to give Aaron some props. He did put this out. I don't know if you've seen it, Scott. But I listened to it, and I'm probably gonna listen to it again. Because Aaron, you really did make a fool of yourself. I'm gonna have to do a classic on you for this one. It seems like you forgot what you said and what he said and what you've done. And he said that because he was LARPing, but he got nothing done. What did it get done? Nothing. Nothing at all. You can sit there and lie to yourself. Oh, I got something done. It didn't get anything done. So, yeah, we could talk about female victims and why he harassed them. I don't know. I don't know why he thought like missing papers meant, it's a cover up and stuff like that. And no, I think the Rex was missing some papers too. I thought it was interesting that was the lead up, the first, it was the first thing, maybe second thing they were talking about. But you got to keep in mind the case is so stupid. And this guy, they're like, why are you even here? He wouldn't stop until he got something on that docket. Did he record that? I know there's no phones. What did he put out? An old video? No, he put out like Rex's court appearance. He was talking to the judge and the DA about him getting off the registry. If you're into comedy, Scott, you're gonna have a big laugh at this. This is one of the most pathetic displays I've seen. I don't know how he thought he had a chance to get off the registry with that BS. That judge kicked his ass at the end. I was like, man, and he's bringing up even better points. But I'm like, well, he would know. Like, all right, come on, Rex. This is not a conversation. Doing the YouTube thing, interrupting, think he's all cool. trying to get off the registry, and like you ain't completed nothing with what we have our sexual abuse classes, nothing like that. It's all incomplete, and it. I won't ruin it for you. I won't ruin it for you if you haven't seen it, if you haven't heard it. But if you're in for if you want to laugh, go watch that. So we got to give Cuck some credit here, because he was able to give us some laughs for the day. You will love this shit. Excuse me, but you will love this, man. I was gonna listen to it, kind of skim over it again to refresh my memory, but I pretty much remember a lot of what was said there. Not word for word, but concept wise. So go enjoy that. That dude is getting just iced out. Like for real. Iced out. You ain't did this, you did that. Excuse me, Mr. Rex. Like, you know, I don't think he should be off the registry. That's what the people said. The people represented uh, their county or wherever they're from. They don't want you off that registry because you're a danger. The judge said that you were, uh, I don't remember the exact words, but I'll just say you are not qualified to be off that registry. He used harsher words than I would right there. Hey, a judge said that. He's got control. And then he's pulling this Manson routine. I gotta be under procedure and procedure. And if you just okay, if you watch one of those not interrogations, but one of those parole hearings, you will see what I'm saying when on certain parts. I could put that together in a video. I've seen those a lot of times, and just listening to him, like, man, this guy, he's just like trailer trash. Maybe it's because I have this correlation with Manson and this that old bearded white trash looking dude. Maybe that's why, but because he doesn't really look like him, but he sure is sounding like. I was just looking at that, like, man, this is how you prepare for court. You watch some. Damn, sad. Maybe I will stream it tonight. Oh, okay. Well, have fun. I wanted to go through some of that to debunk some of Cox's bullshit, but I feel certain ways about playing streams and giving commentary. Nah, but yeah, if you do stream about that, it will be your most watched stream besides the Vic stuff. Let them know. Let them know that Dirty Rex is yeah. That's what he was. I put it in the title. He was a risk. That's what he called you. You're a risk to the outside. And I thought, Risky Rex, that could be a stream. And here we are. Risky Rex can get off the registry. Boo hoo. Let's cry him a job application. You know why they won't hire you at places? Because, it just so happens that teenagers go into these establishments too. They're going to read what you've done and they're going to be like, man, this freak, he can't work here. He's having sex with teenagers. And he thinks it's all good. He wants to plead guilty, then be taken off the registry when he wants to. That's not how it works. And you found that out. So I don't have to be upset or anything like that. You found it out the easy way. But maybe we can just kick your ass off of your pedestal. You can realize that all your YouTube stuff and all your how you think you have all this power because you got a few watchers, it didn't do anything when it came to the courts. I want you to admit you thought you was going to manipulate the courts, probably pull some Charles Manson magic and get them to honor your request. Dude, you didn't even do the classes. This simplistics. You're just thinking, oh, it was a long time ago. So what does it matter? Aaron said that. So why does it matter? I'll appeal this and I'll look at it.
Now look at it. So, like I was saying, to anybody who wants to be like, well, he never calls the mouse guy out. What is this right here? We're calling this guy task right now. Like I said, I know he's not going to come up and talk. He doesn't need to do that. What he needs to do is find out a game plan so he doesn't lose his brain along with the other stuff he lost. He still had a lot of it left when he went in that court case. He did screw up a little bit, thinking he was going to get one over on the people and the judge. He didn't even finish his classes. Shame on you. Right. Damn, this is a pathetic chat room. Well, thanks for typing in here, Scott, because no one wants to type in here. Yeah, no one wants to be affiliated with Rex Fredrickson and his kitty diddling fingers. Yeah, Aaron said something else too. He's talking about how he Rex was trying to peddle that he only stuck his fingers in the victim and stuff like that. When he's lying. And this case proves it. And then the next thing the judge is talking about, maybe like 5 minutes later, is about what the case is about. And it's about him sticking his fingers in a girl. I mean, they said that in this case. I don't know about the other. Probably has multiple cases on. Like, this guy didn't even prep and watch this beforehand. You should have said that. Because not knowing certain things made you look like you were still defending this mouse guy. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just kind of had that ring to it. So it would have been nice if you watched it before. That's all I'm saying. All right. We got about I'll try to extend it to 14 minutes. I'm trying to get up out of here. I have nothing really to say. I'm not entertained. I'm not the chat room isn't really talking, so everybody's busy. I understand that it's 9:32. You got to get to work. As a matter of fact, I'm happy that I'm seeing this chat room like this. These people are working, they're just tuning in and listening. But yeah, I think I'm gonna watch that again just for laughs and giggles. I'll put that on and just laugh at. Well, I got to give him credit. He did try to do. He did try to get it done. The victim claimed Rex did more. Yeah, that's what I read. But for some reason, that was the main point of. Well, maybe they just didn't want to read the rest of it. It was just like one of them things where Aaron said one thing before it came up, and it just ended up being the opposite. And he just looks silly when they say, "You'll see what I'm saying." Like, just Aaron, just shut up sometimes. Just let it play. You already got this evidence. You don't even need to say anything. And you definitely didn't need to say anything about Urban Cypher and me being some fake predator catcher. Now that's you, dude. You all of a sudden, when you got caught up with the mouse guy, now you're a predator catcher and interested in all that stuff. You weren't doing that crap before. You were too busy worried about some rancher that supposedly got shot in the back. And nobody knows what happened there, but we know that you believe that. Some people think it was fake, but really, who cares? Who cares? I wouldn't publicize enough for me for it to be fake, but who knows? So nobody with the guts to step up to the plate. They have no comments on this. You don't want to see a scumbag. Aaron, you can rest well now. Mouse's plan didn't work. It didn't open up a floodgate for all these cases to come through and people to get off the registry, especially without doing their community service and their classes. This guy's got to take like therapy classes because he likes to touch little girls and he didn't do those. So how is he even rehabilitated? Now he's too busy giving alcohol to minors
And that judge called that out too. And he just gets slapped around that for like a little bitch. It was hilarious. Hilarious.
Cox was anti-police.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, look at this judge here. He's doing a great job on this mouse guy here. It's fantastic. But judges are bad though, and he's all over the place. I think you'll find you're sharper than me on these things. I found a few contradictions in his statements. You might find a lot more, or maybe you might not find any. But I had to rewind to make sure I wasn't tripping. Because sometimes I could be zoning out and not paying attention, and he could have been right. So I had to rewind it a few times, not the same part, but I had to rewind back a few times to understand what he was doing and talking about. So have fun with it. It's a very good stream though. I appreciated that stream very much. But Aaron, he's I don't know, he still seemed to be kind of leaning towards defending that guy for some reason. Oh, you see? Look at that. People were paid to harass him. The first question I had, like you should have had there, Aaron. Well, who was paid to harass you? Where's the evidence of this? You didn't say anything like that. He was ready to defend, and after the next statement came out, he was ready to retract. Like, please, just chill it out. You did great. Okay, you did a great job. Get that footage of that nasty hot dog stand guy who's just waiting for the little girls to come up and order hot dogs. Yes, put him on blast to show. It ain't that easy being cheesy. And this guy's got to stay on that registry until his dying days. They ain't ever letting you off. Dude. You are going to stay there because you diddled a few children and you wanted to marry, what, a 12-year-old or something like that? Have a family with him? You are a sick pup. Very sick. I'm going to end this short. I'm going to keep this short and I'm going to end this right here. But to reiterate, refer back to this stream. You ever have this thought? Urban Disciple never called out Rex. He never called out Mouse. And why? Was he working with him? That's like AC. He's thinking things like that. He defended the Mouse guy. See what you've done, Aaron? I wouldn't even know who he is. But you were telling me stories how he got set up and how I should feel bad for him pretty much. It all backfired. So all you got to do is look at his, I don't even know what this was, this wannabe court case. You can listen to what the judge had to say about him. All right. Peace.